Rap battle of history.
All right, Henry Ford versus Karl Marx. Let's get right into it. Who's gonna win this one, though?
Mr. Motor City needs some medicine. Red. My lines are a production. Your lines are bred. Disassembling timepieces is how I got my start now. Watch me tear your ideology apart. You scream, unite the workers, free the class slave.
Okay, you know, he was famous for the factories he set up for Ford, right? But now he's saying, I'm gonna use that same thing to dissect exactly how you're wrong about anything that has to do with communism, Mark.
Mr. Motor City needs some medicine. Red. My lines are a production. Your lines
The
are
bread.
bred. Disassembling timepieces is how I got my start now. Watch me tear your ideology apart. You scream, unite the workers, free the class slaves. Lose your change, trade them in for mass graves. Now it's Stalin. Wow, appalling mounds of body bag. When a world leader likes you, that's a red flag.
All right. So obviously there's a lot of deaths that happen. Can you blame that on the system of communism, or is that more because there are bad apples and bad actors within the system? I'm just saying, okay? I'm not saying I agree with that ideology, but no matter what system you're using, whoever's in power, if they're bad people, they're gonna take advantage of it. It's as simple as that.
When a world leader likes you, that's a red flag. I produce with my two hands. You're a destitute tramp. Scheming to trade bootstraps in for food stamps.
Okay.
Any person tried to seize my private property will catch a torn prince to his private parts properly.
Okay, he touched on the food stamps and the private property, which obviously are 2 points. I'll say weak points, because the quality of food and how much space you get in a system like that, it's not based on your merits. So someone who's doing jack shit is probably gonna get the same amount as you.
Properly. Who takes advice from a broke slime? It's laughable. I wouldn't wet my tailpipe with your DOS capital. If you'd saved a penny for a starter you named Jenny, you might not have needed to bury quite so many. Who's that proud young Nogalian heavy drinking card?
Okay. I don't remember that much about Karl Marx, but I'm pretty sure he only had one daughter though. Weren't the other daughters like self-proclaimed, like, you know, this is my daughter, but it wasn't actually his blood daughter? I don't know. Someone let me know, because it's been a while since I've learned about any of this.
Needed to bury quite so many. Who's that proud young Nogalian heavy drinking card carrying? Future thinking legal letter Inca proletarian. Karl Marx.
I like the wording.
I'm dropping you like Hitler dropped your name in Minecraft. My codes of didn't cause mass grave. You get that from books, but you didn't read shit. You self-made man stories from a tourist. Your daddy's two hands gave you a free fall and forest. You were the first of 6 kids till the 7th killed your mother. Maybe that's why you spied on your workers like Big Brother. Your model.
Okay, I like the reference to Big Brother, but also the fact that he's like, you're self-made, huh? It's true, a lot of the successful guys out there kind of act like, you know, I had it so hard and I came up, but there's actually a huge amount that just had their father that was rich, and that allowed them to have the free time to innovate. I'm not saying that takes away from their accomplishments. It's just, you know, don't say you came up if you were already in a spot where your dad was getting all that money for you.
Mother, maybe that's why you spied on your workers like Big Brother.
This is disgusting.
Total lack of style is killing me. They're getting shit from you according to ability. Do what your first car can't and back up. Beating this like your city in Brazil. Nuts! Don't step that close without some beard shampoo, son. You lived in Cologne. Look like you could've used some. I drop a style.
Okay, I like the double there with the cologne.
Son, you lived in Cologne. Look like you could've used some. I drip a style like a dipstick drips oil. You look as sick as your chronic dick boil. I'm mass producing abuse on a utopian hobo. I'm throwing you for loops like the F of my logo. I gave men work, you brought nothing but harm. Take your bourgeois pig shit back to Animal Farm. Your factory conditions were bleak. Crap with machines, cranking out 4 severed fingers a week. You controlled what employees could think, drink, and eat. And when they marched for better wages, shot them dead in the street. In truth, what you produced were alienated working men who would clock into Detroit and lose themselves like Eminem. And now your Great Lakes State ain't exactly a great sight. You were West of Michigan and Flint's water pipes.
He's kind of making a point. He's kind of making now that I think about it, they're not too different in terms of worker quality of life, right? And in both systems, I know Henry Ford didn't really, like, it's not like a political government system, but it's still like within the system of the manufacturing they're kind of in similar conditions, no? Interesting. This is an interesting little thing, and shout out to Eminem. Lose yourself.
Lake State ain't exactly a great sight. You were west of Michigan and Flint's water pipe.
You gripes about oppression, don't leave me impressed. You're not hot, Carl, that's just shit on your chest. For a man who state less, you got an awful lot to say. I pay you $5 a day to go away. Buddy Angles Bank with the
Press that like button right now.
textile bill. I guess the capitalists are cool when they're paying your bills. You're a hypocrite, a nitwit who's love with substance issues. Step off your soapbox, take the soap with you.
Look, dummy, shedding money is the communist vision. Engels Bank was the crank that got the revolution spinning. We gave everything to see the common people advance. I'm so down for the cause, I even pawned my own pants. You grew so up.
That's supposed to be that's supposed to be a little flexed. Like, I'm so devoted. The editing on these videos is so nice, isn't it? I know I didn't point it out until now, but the effects, the transitions, they're not the hardest things to do visually, but they're so pleasing with the tone of this, which is very like jokey punchline. Oh, I hit you with this. Oh, you hit me with that, with like funny accents, right? It just fits. It fits the tone of this.
Bank was the crank that got the revolution spinning. We gave everything to see the common people advance. I'm so down for the cause, I even pawned my own pants. You grew so out of touch, you sabotaged your only kid. It's a stomach cancer, showed more love than you did. So congrats, your legacy is in ashes. Remembered as the fascist sympathizing cause of climate change and car crashes. From your newspaper to your Nazi factory, cross the pond. Frankly, Hank, it's clear as which side you are on.
I'm not gonna lie, Marx is kind of cooking. Because he took the shots that were thrown his way, like, hey, you're poor, capitalism funds you, blah, blah, you're taking advantage. And he's like, no, like, I'm actually poor. he kind of took that, you know, he took it and he turned around, like, I'm poor because I want everyone to have a standard of life, right? I don't want dead workers. But unfortunately, you still get dead workers. But the way he handled it in this battle, I would say was nice. And then now he's just trashing on Ford. And I'm not even gonna lie. Some past Ford cars, like he said, couldn't back up. Tons of crashes. Obviously, it's way better now. But we're talking about that time. Yes. It was a new invention. It was a new thing. But let's not pretend like it was perfect.
Cause of climate change and car crashes. From your newspaper to your Nazi factory, cross the pond. Frankly, Hank, it's clear as which side you are on. This battle's been applauded like that hemorrhage in your head. I leave a Ford as expected, found on road dead.
Whole war! Whole scar!
No, that was a nice little closer right there. Now, I haven't watched any of these ERBs in years, so if you guys want to recommend me one, let me know. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about, you know, these characters. If it's one that I know enough about, I'm gonna break down every single punch each way. But anyway, peace.